Hello, Maverick traders, and welcome out to your daily market roundup. This is Ankit here, and I'll be breaking down today's market price action. It's a Thursday, September the 12th. Let's get into it. As always, we'll be taking a look at broader market analysis, bringing it down to our sector heat map analysis, and then we'll take a look at some possible setups ahead. Let's get into it.
Disclaimer. This video was created for professional stock and option traders. Maverick Trading is a proprietary trading firm that employs professional traders around the world. Our traders trade firm capital and keep 70 to 80% of profits they generate. All trades and analysis in this video are for professional traders only. If you are interested in becoming a professional trader for Maverick, click the apply button in the video description. Let's break down what happened today.
So as we jump into the market analysis, let's just jump right into the numbers here. And we can see that the markets are continuing to be in that rebound mode. So if you just take a look at the numbers today, this is a steady sort of a recovery. The Dow Jones up 0.58, S&P up 0.75, Qs are up 0.9. As you can see that was pretty much a recovery across the board. Even oil, which has been pretty weak, has been recovering here as well. One thing to notice that the gold had a pretty good day. We broke out again to new highs. So if you just take a look at the headlines today, so markets again, same thing, rebound higher, and then the gold is really the only big thing that today that I find interesting that it breaks out to the new highs. Now, if you just take a look at the chart here, so what do we see here? Well, things look a lot murky like on Friday when we got this big decline. And you can see that since then, 1, 2, yesterday's candle was quite volatile, and then here we are back at the extended the gains here. So at this point, again, I don't have no doubt that it's going to eventually get towards that resistance level and try after that to attempt to break out. Remember, next week we have the FOMC, they're going to announce, but once we get behind all that, I think the markets will have a decent sort of a chance to break out. Every time it's just fighting back. We got a big drop over here, we got a big recovery. This time, we made a smaller pullback, but then, again, recovering fast. So there's still a lot of buyers out there. That's what it just tells us. Now, if you take a look at the Qs, even Qs are making a big recovery as well. You can see that it's almost now fully recovered from last week's losses. And remember, last week was one of the worst weeks since 2023. So that's a pretty good recovery there. Now, even in the RSP, which is equally weighted S&P index, you can see that it just looks like a bull pullback to me. I know this kind of went below that resistance level, but then here we are back above it. So overall, you can see the market's still looks in pretty good shape. Now, the advanced decline ratio today, again, nice 70% up on the upside, 25% to the downside, and even the plus minus 50 MAA. So you can see that this thing really hasn't improved as much. It's just telling me that there's definitely more recovery in those big tech stocks. And if you just take a look at the heat map today, that's what you'll see. So you see the Google, Meta, Amazon, Microsoft, Nvidia, back in the green, Broadcom here. So seeing a recovery there. But if you really look at outside of that, the entire board, there's definitely, there's going to be a lot of pockets where the money is going into. I know the energy has been pretty weak, has a nice little bounce there as well. But overall, I think market still looks in a pretty good shape to me here. So as far as the outlook goes, again, we went from almost a 0 to a -1 to now back to +2. So we keep rebounding, and I think that's really where the money's coming in on those pullbacks. So our outlook again improves, but again, if you want to be looking for a breakout, or I don't know when that breakout is going to happen, but I think we can easily retest that resistance. Now that takes us back to our relative strength and weakness analysis, where we want to get things in there that's performing well, and also hedge ourselves with things that are not doing so well by selling them. So if you just take a look at the first one I have here, this is ServiceNow. You can see this thing is actually hit new all-time highs here. We got a nice consolidation. You can see that as the markets are being jittery, this thing is a little bit stable here. So I like the fact that it's broken out. I will like a bull pull, any sort of a diagonal or use a bull call spread on this one. I do like it. Give it a little bit more time. I think this thing is likely heading higher. If it pulls back, I think this is the level of resistance. Will become the support. I like this one a further upside here. The next one is Verizon. And I really like Verizon here just because the fact we actually broke out from a 2024 resistance. So pretty much entire year, we have stuck with between below this the red line here. We're gonna broke out. So we're breaking out. The volume is coming in decent as well. I think I like Verizon here for the upside. And then we have Costco. You can see that this is nicely pull back here, and now it's trying to like break out. So another one that I really like to the upside as well. And then we have Walmart. You can see this thing is had a base run up here. Same thing. Looking for any sort of basing pattern to buy into. These places again, the consumer looks strong. I think this will continue to stay strong. Now, if you just take a look at the other ones, as far as the relative weakness goes, the first one I have, this is semiconductor NXPI. You can see that this thing broke support, and even though with the recovery in the market, you're not seeing that recovery, and that's again just telling you that's not where the money's going, and that's you want to be short. So I like a bear call spread on this one, and another one is Lamb Research LRCX. Similar thing, we got a support here, got a little bounce, and then that quickly reversing as well. So I like this moving averages going lower. So these are the new two shorts that I like here. On the top of Micron, which I gave out last week, still looks good, and Coin still looks good. So I think just definitely like more longs here than shorts, but we want to balance it out with a decent exposure to the upside, but while protecting ourselves for any sort of dip in the markets. Now, as far as the outlook goes, we are going to Friday. We don't have any big news event. We don't have any big earnings. Market likely to stay strong. Maybe added another gain. I think overall, nothing to be concerned about. Now, when we go to next week, we have the pretty busy week next week, and I think that's when we'll get some more volatility, and then potentially, based on some of the catalyst, we could try to break out higher on the market. So. Busy week next week, but pretty much cruise controlling for the remainder part of this week. Well, thanks for joining here. Happy trading. I'll see you the next one.